Power Rangers S.P.D was supposed to get a follow-up sequel in the comics. Is that true? Let's talk about it. Yo, what's up guys, it's Este here. Welcome back to another video, and today we got a brand new series for you called Power Rangers Cancelled, where in this show we talk about ideas, concepts, and straight up plans from the minds behind Power Rangers that was ultimately scrapped and thrown out and cancelled. And today I got a really interesting one. Today we're going to be talking about the Power Rangers S.P.D Fire Squad, a sequel, a follow-up to the 2005 show Power Rangers S.P.D. Now, as you guys may know, Power Rangers S.P.D is one of my all-time favorite seasons, so I'm super excited for this video. 1,000 likes and I'll bring you some more Power Rangers Cancelled. And if you haven't subscribed and ring the notification bell, I recommend you do so. You don't want to miss any single one of my future videos. A small percentage of you is actually subscribed, so subscribe today because you can always unsubscribe later. So without further ado, let's get right into Power Rangers S.P.D Fire Squad. Now, as we know, Power Rangers S.P.D was the 13th season of the Power Rangers franchise of television series, with the season based on the Super Sentai series Tokusou Sentai Dekaranger. This season is significant in both production and fan reaction, as S.P.D is considered for many years one of the best seasons of the show, an easy fan favorite. From its iconic cast of villains like Grum, Morgana, and the A Squad, and the allies such as Kruger, Cat, and Boom, and also the iconic B Squad as a whole, this show was really something else. And if you watch S.P.D multiple times like I have, you know that this show is the gift that keeps on giving. It literally never gets old. In later years, fans would demand to see more S.P.D content. As the show originally aired in 2005, the plot of the show was actually set in 2025, 20 years in the future. So with every passing season of Power Rangers, we would hope to see more elements of the Space Patrol Delta settle into the universe, but to no avail. Which is sad, considering Beast Morphers is here and we know they have S.P.D weapons in their vault. It would be really nice to see S.P.D more in the Power Rangers universe, but we just haven't really seen that yet. However, in recent years, thanks to recent entries in the series like HyperRPG's Power Rangers Hyperforce, along with the Boom Studios graphic novel Soul of the Dragon, we have seen some elements thrown into the S.P.D universe. For example, in Hyperforce, we see the introduction of Detective Lena Song, who would later replace Bridge to be the new S.P.D Green Ranger. And in Soul of the Dragon, we would see a new team of B Squad, later shown full in a Christmas image, with Bridge as the Red Ranger with a new SWAT-like armor, Lena Song as the Blue Ranger, JJ Oliver, aka Tommy Oliver's son, as the Green Ranger, with the dragon shield and all, just like his dad. And classic characters like Z as the Yellow Ranger and Sid as the Pink Ranger. Sky Tate will also be the new commander of S.P.D's Earth branch and have a new role called the Deka Ranger. But did you know that there was supposed to be more S.P.D content that was supposed to be seen? In a previous video, I talked about Power Rangers Supernova, a possible adaptation idea of Uchu Sentai Kyuranger made by Jason Bischoff, former director of global franchise over at Power Rangers and at Hasbro. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Jason is a Power Rangers expert, having worked on the show for many years. And apparently, they were going to revisit S.P.D and show off this new team, called the Fire Squad. That name may sound familiar to you, as in Dekaranger they also had their own Fire Squad. Their Fire Squad was a team of 5 Deka Reds, and later on in Dekaranger 10 years after, we'd see a new suit for a Fire Squad Deka Red, with armor similar to the SWAT mode seen in the show. Now, this American version of the Fire Squad would be different and be comprised of 3 different Rangers. Let's talk about them. First up, we have Ranger Prime, played by Jack Landors. Now, last time we saw Jack, he retired from being the Red Ranger to continue helping people in the streets, just like he was before. Now, he lives the best of both worlds. No Hannah Montana. Was that funny? He can keep having his civil duties in the community while also helping his fellow cadets on special missions, because now he's a Special Operations Covert Agent. And that's nice, knowing that in S.P.D, Jack's powers was phasing through walls and any solid objects. Now, this suit is clean as hell, having the same design as the S.P.D Red Ranger, but with the colors flipped, making it have a sleek black design. With his Delta blasters back in his hands, he's ready to take back the role of a Ranger. And to be honest, I would love to see this. Jack was my favorite Red Ranger, one of my favorite characters in all of the Power Rangers series, so I would love for him to come back and relive his duties as a Power Ranger while both living that double life of helping people in the community while also helping his friends back in the academy. Next up, we got the Dekaranger. Now, I made a whole video talking about the Dekaranger. I recommend you go checking that out, but there's some new information here that I haven't talked about in that video. Either way, go check out that video. The Dekaranger, which name literally is based off the Sentai season, Dekaranger, very original guys. That role is held by Tate, now commander of the Earth branch. This suit has the ability to spectrum shift, having two different forms, a red one and a blue one. A pretty interesting ability that hasn't been seen in Power Rangers. Just imagine that, a ranger that can switch between different colors. Besides Tokusou, besides that one. It also makes sense because Tate has been both blue and red rangers, so having a new ranger form that can switch between two different colors, that's pretty cool. These red and blue forms are supposed to have color specific abilities, but we don't know what they are, or if we ever will know. Hasbro, I'm begging you, please, let's talk about this. I wanna know. Dekaranger aside, we also have the SPD Red Ranger back with a new upgraded form. We've seen this form before in the Japanese version of Dekaranger with Dekaranger 10 years after, and also the subsequent Space Squad films. But our American version would have been slightly more tragic, and sad, and depressing. Just overall, not good. Bridge, the SPD Red Ranger, was engaged to Sophie. Now, if you remember Sophie, she was a cyborg cadet that was originally in the D Squad that helped out the SPD Rangers in a mission. However, after a tragic case, her body was ultimately destroyed. However, her AI was put inside Bridge's SPD Delta Morpher, and Bridge would have the ability to talk to Sophie in his suit through his Morpher, which, as we know, like the SWAT modes, the Morpher would actually be on the chest. So, Bridge would always have Sophie right on his heart. I think that's where the heart is. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention in school. It's kind of like a Firestorm situation where we have two people in one body. That's kind of the case here. So I assume when Bridge morphs to the SPD Red Ranger, he would have Sophie on his mind, talking to him throughout the battle, helping each other out. And this would also be interesting because we know Bridge as the comedic relief character. He's a goofball in the show, and having this tragedy happen to him, even if it's sad, it would add a lot more character, and we would see a new side of Bridge that we've never seen before. And with that, those three Rangers would make up our Fire Squad. If you want to know more info about the Fire Squad, I recommend checking out this interview with Jason Bischoff over at the Ranger Command Power Hour. They talk about the Fire Squad, Supernova, behind the scenes info, continuity stuff in the franchise, and so much more. And a quick shout out to Leanne Hanna for their amazing art here and bringing these SPD characters to life. If you don't know, Jason does a show on his Twitter called Power Down, where he basically would give information about the Power Rangers show, concepts, ideas that just didn't really come into fruition, with Fire Squad being one of them. Go follow Jason over on Twitter and Leanne for the art. But that's it for today. What do you guys think? Would you want to see an SPD sequel seen in the comics, their own graphic novel? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm Este. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, The Don Fuego. I'm also on Instagram, Not Don Fuego. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Have a great day, and of course, and as always, stay awesome, everybody.